Welcome back to Teach English Now. Once again, it is time to go take a look at the historical past. In this video, we are going to the tail end of the 1960s and the beginning of the 1970s, to a time in U.S. and world history where a great deal of emphasis was placed on the student's feelings. Rather than viewing language through a cognitive space, this approach, the effective humanistic approach, focused on the value of human beings in society and culture. Hold on tight. I have set the dial to 1970. Here we go. Oh, you poor things. You look so tired. Wouldn't you all like to sit down? I have individual rugs for each of you that I have stitched out of tree root from my garden in the back. Feel free to sit down there, and maybe you there, and maybe you there. Oh yeah, that's better. I also have some tea. In fact, Americans in the South call it sweet tea. And I have a wonderful story to explain the Southern tea tradition a bit later. I might even speak in a Southern accent, and I'll talk about sweet tea. That's just something I like to do. But first, let's give you all new names, why don't we? Let's call you Paul, you Sam. Oh, well, what am I thinking? Why don't you all choose your own names and write it on your name tags? Thank you. You're all so great. Do you feel that? I feel like we've already bonded. I hear you have 6 questions for me. I am all ears. Let me do that again. I love it so much. I am all ears. Please, what's your first question? Well, my dears, why don't you tell me? I'm very interested in hearing your feelings and the reasons you have decided to learn English. I would love to help each of you with your varied goals and your thoughts. For one, I love to teach languages so that I can show you all the ways that English can touch your heart. Oh, the stories I have to share. That's a good question. You know, I consider myself a second chance teacher. Do you know what I mean? Second chance. I mean that sometimes students come into my class and feel like they haven't been successful before. They feel like they aren't good learners. And, oh, baby, I like to turn that around. I like them to see how valuable they are and how in my place, in my space, we're all loved and we are all equal. We all go through this experience together. Some of you may feel like you can't learn a language, and I'm here to tell you that you need to expand your mind. Because guess what? You can. First, would you like more tea? Anyway, first there's no doubt that I will be using, let me turn on some music too. What do you think of Mozart? Fantastic, isn't he? Mind-blowing. Just gets me in the mood to teach. And now, what was the question? Oh, and don't you just love the pictures behind me and all over? They're just so bright and beautiful, like my shirt. Oh, we'll be discussing these to discuss some vocabulary words for our story about sweet tea. Do you like it? Do you like the mood of this room? I was hoping you would. Oh, and yes, and feel free to use the musical instruments you see all around you. I love them so much. I really do. I want you to free your mind. I want you to relax, enjoy. Everyone knows that language takes place on 2 planes of consciousness. One is the conscious mind, but I want to open up your subconscious mind. This will allow you to learn faster and better. Just stay calm and enjoy. You can do it. How should a teacher teach? Well, today we are going to learn our story about Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear. These are old stories, Southern stories, and the great thing about this story is that we will have a dramatization afterwards. We'll have auditions. Does anyone want to be a big, strong bear? Anyone want to be a clever rabbit? Just to let you know, he is my favorite, and he is the hero in our story. But don't worry. You don't have to decide who you want to be just yet. There will be a song. I'll sing it to you. And it'll help understand who each of these characters are. And then, after, we can decide. Oh, and for those of you that don't want to act, I don't want to mess up your groove. Don't worry. If you don't want to play one of these 3 characters, you can just join me in singing the song. It's all groovy. That's a fantastic question, too. I feel that. The music and the movement will help you remember. The colors and the pictures and the costumes will help you remember. Relaxing will help you remember. You will help you remember as you let go and let me show you a whole different world.